Happy Monday. Welcome back. My name is Rita Ernst. I am the author of Culture Impact and Show Up Positive, and I'm so happy to be with you today. We are on part 2 of belonging, and I want to talk about something that I feel is really important, which is almost like the other side of the coin of belonging, and that is rejection, and how we sort of have these little micro moments, micro behaviors that connote to people or signal to them that we are really rejecting them, and it's not missed on them. And we've all been receivers of this. So I just made myself a little list, but let me share a few of these with you. So has this ever happened to you? You're in the middle of talking in a meeting with a bunch of your peers and your boss, and somebody else interrupts you and takes over the conversation. Is that a moment of belonging for you? I'm betting it's not. It's not for most people. It is an example of one of these behaviors that seems so small and perhaps so innocent. And this person was so excited about what they wanted to say. But what you are communicating to the person interrupted is that what they have to say is not very important. And I think that is a micro message that is antithetical to belonging and is getting away in the way of belonging in the workplace. How about talking over other people? It's another example in that same idea. Or discounting people's ideas when they say something, say, well, that'll never work, or I don't know about that, but let me talk about this, right? And we've talked about before, you've heard me talk about the importance of acknowledging that 10% that is right in what somebody else is saying. This is a way we reach across the aisle and we create belonging and connection with the other person in finding that 10% right. When we just discount what they're saying, we are discounting them and we are breaking the belonging. How about when you reach out to somebody and they ghost you? They don't respond to you at all. And I just did this with a group that I'm taking through. It's their young supervisors. I'm taking through them through a learning experience, and I sent something out to all of them, and then I responded back, and I'm like, Bueller, anyone? Being, I don't even know if they got that reference, but it's difficult when people just fail to respond, when they don't show up, when they ghost you altogether. These things make you question, why am I being ignored? Is this about me? Are people rejecting me, right? These are micro rejections. It feels like rejection, and rejection is getting in the way of belonging. Okay, another one is avoiding eye contact with others. This is in that sort of same realm of ghosting people. But have you ever tried to talk to somebody and they're just like stare at their phone the whole time, or they won't look at you or make eye contact at all? I had a boss like that. It was just I understand it better now that we have these conversations about neurodivergence. At the time, I didn't, and it was really annoying. And I took it personally, and I never felt like I had real belonging with him. Another example is excluding other people. When there are a group of people around, and we teach this to our kids. I remember having this conversation with my daughters when they were in grade school, that when you are in a group, you don't say, hey, I'm having a sleepover. Would you and you like to come? And you leave 3 other people out. You either don't talk about it in that moment, or you invite everybody that is there around you. So don't talk about a party opportunity when you're not going to invite everybody, because you're going to have people feel left out. And this is going to get in the way of feelings of good belonging. There are right places and wrong places. And so have you been a part of that, where you've been like, I'm standing right here, but I'm not being included in the invitation to go get drinks after work, to go somewhere to get lunch, to give my input on something? It makes you feel unseen and ignored. And this is getting in the way of belonging. Another example in that same theme is withholding. Have you been in that situation where somebody didn't give you all the information? They didn't give you the resources. They didn't give you what you needed. They were withholding some vital piece, and you felt set up for failure. Yes, of course, you're not going to experience belonging when that is what's going on. And then the last one that I want to talk about, that is probably the most prevalent, is labeling. We label people, sometimes just based on what they look like, sometimes based on a limited amount of experience, but those labels have a lot of stickiness. And that label can create this sense of who's in and who's out. And so notice that in yourselves. Are you labeling people? Maybe not even out loud. Maybe it's just that inner critic in the back of your mind judging that person and putting a label on them that sort of puts them in the other or the outside category. These are all things that are getting in the way of really creating the phenomenal belonging that is going to create these important impacts in your team and organization. So, if you want people to stop calling out, you want the absenteeism to end, if you want people to stop quiet quitting, if you want people to stop job searching during the day, if you want people to be focused on doing the best work possible, if you want them to bring the best customer service, if you want them to have the greatest innovation, you need to start with really bolstering feelings of belonging inside of the organization. This is one of the most important things that you can do. And belonging is bigger than just saying, come have a seat, right? Including somebody is only one step in belonging, but it is not enough. You also need to pay attention to all the other messages that say, not only are you invited to just have a seat here, but we are interested in your growth and development. We're interested in learning from you. We want you to be a part of the creativity and the innovation and the challenge that we do with one another as a team, because we have enough relationship that we can challenge each other's thoughts and ideas, and yet we don't lose our community and belonging. This is what I want for you. So this is your challenge for the week. Start to notice these little micro rejections. Catch yourself in the act, catch others in the act. If somebody's interrupting somebody or running roughshod over them, discounting their ideas, you can say, I do want to hear what you have to say, but before you do that, let Rita finish. I really want to hear what she has to say. Just reach out, extend that hand of belonging, catch yourself doing it and stop yourself, right? And the more awareness that you build of self and of others, then the more you can sort of run interference and create new patterns of behavior that, instead of sending these micro messages of rejection, are sending micro and macro messages of acceptance and belonging. So I hope that this has been very valuable to you. Thank you so much for joining me this week. I am taking a little 3-week hiatus. You're not going to see me. I am traveling and I will not be going live during that time. So I'm coming back here. The second Monday in April will be our next Show Up Positive session. I don't even have my book with me, but we are moving into the C words. Let's see. I have my card deck. So we have belonging. And then the next one, is going to be care. We're going to talk about care and caring for one another in the organization. Remember, these are your Show Up Positive sparks for repairing your culture. And this is how you earn your Culture Hero badge. And so there is the little mini book. You can get that mini book. If you need the link, just hit me up and let me know. And if you're going to be in London for the WAHASU conference, which kicks off next Tuesday, I will be around Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. I would love to say hello. Make sure that you stop by and find me, and let's connect in real life and get pictures and just have an amazing time together. And then I'm going to have so much great stuff to share from the World Happiness Summit. So make sure that you're following me on social media so that you see some of those real-time messages that I am receiving. Thank you so much for joining me for the Monday Minute. I will see you in a few weeks. Have an awesome end of March. Bye.